You know, you had a couple of foreign policy successes even right before this trip. You picked up the phone and called two nuclear powers, India and Pakistan, and you got them to step back from the brink. That was a success as you got on the plane heading over here.
A bigger success than I'll ever be given credit for. Those are major nuclear powers. Those are not like a little bit. And they were angry. And the next phase was probably, did you see where it was getting, it was tit for tat. And it was getting deeper and more, I mean, more missiles. Everyone was stronger, to a point where the next one's going to be, you know what, the N-word. You know what the N-word is, right?
Nuclear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
I figured you'd want to clean that up. No.
What other word is more important than the N-word? What other word that starts with N that's more important than the N-word? Nuclear is a very, 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 very important word. Okay? Bigger than any other word that starts with N. Listen, I'm a brown fox. I can say this. It is the most important word over any other word that can be uttered that starts with N. Okay? Because a nuclear bomb would most definitely kill everyone. It does this.
Right now, it's still kind of chilly out there.
We already have a very pretty sunrise that's underway,
Oh.
and we are going to see a lot
And
of
that right now I'm
sunshine
in
out
some
there
random
for
city
today.
around the world. Some people know what city this is, but let's just say it's some random city. Could be anywhere. You know, nuclear bombs don't have eyes, they don't care. So it's some random city. Oh, what's this? It fits right in the back of a van.
If we imagine a terrifying scenario where a nuclear weapon was to hit a major
This is
US city
crazy.
like New York, the consequences would be devastating. Not just for New York, but for the whole world. What would happen if a bomb like Little Boy, the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, was detonated in New York City? Little Boy had an explosive yield of approximately 15 kilotons of TNT. When it was dropped on Hiroshima, it resulted in catastrophic destruction and loss of life. The explosion would create an intense fireball, vaporizing everything within a radius of about 200 meters or 650 feet. Skyscrapers, buildings, and people within this zone would be instantly incinerated. The blast wave would then radiate outwards, causing severe damage to structures up to 340 meters or over 1,000 feet away, shattering windows and collapsing buildings. Heavily built concrete buildings are severely damaged or demolished. Fatalities approach 100%. The immediate death toll would certainly be in the tens of thousands, if not more. Beyond the immediate blast zone, the heat and firestorm would cause widespread fires, engulfing large parts of the city. The intense heat would cause third-degree burns to people within 11 square kilometers or 4.4 square miles from ground zero. Third-degree burns extend throughout the layers of skin and are often painless because they destroy the pain nerves.
They
They
destroyed
can
the
cause
pain
severe
nerves.
scarring or disablement and can require amputation. The fallout, radioactive debris lifted into the atmosphere by the explosion, would spread out over a much larger area, carried by wind patterns. This radioactive fallout would contaminate the environment, making it hazardous for survivors and first responders. Emergency services would be overwhelmed,
That's if they're
and the
even
scale
working.
of destruction would make rescue efforts nearly impossible. Hospitals would be flooded, and
That's
the
if there
city's
even a
infrastructure
hospital
would
left.
be shattered.
Because it
The
most definitely is not
psychological
going to be in the
impact
area.
on survivors would be enormous, and the city would face a long, difficult path to recovery, if recovery were even possible.
Right.
However, such a scenario with a Little Boy atomic bomb detonating in New York is extremely unlikely.
It is unlikely, but
Only if
keep in mind it's
terrorists
called
could
a little
somehow
boy.
get
They
their
don't have
hands on
those little
such a
boys
weapon
anymore.
could it happen. But the likelihood of that is very low. If a nuclear weapon were to detonate over New York City, it would most likely come from a nuclear-armed state, plunging the world into a possible nuclear world war. While New York City
Need I say more? I don't think I need to say anything else. So, for those of you that think there's another N word that's more important than nuclear, no, let me say this again. For those of you I think there's another word that is more important that starts with N than nuclear. Please, let me know. Let me know what word that is. Because right now, according to what I see, there's nothing more important than nuclear, and we need to prevent this at all costs. And we're so lucky to have a person in power like Donald Trump who actually has the foresight, the heart, and the will and the nerve just to say, hey, the N word, and have to clarify it, obviously, because people think for whatever reason they think he's a racist. And he has to do a clarification to say the N word is nuclear, because that's the last thing that we need on this planet, the last. And for those of you that think he's racist, let's take a look at this.
Trump saved my life, literally. My dad and my mom passed at the same time. I was in a bad place. I was going towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Don't ask me why, but I was. Donald Trump was standing on 97th Street in Broadway. He was at a friend's birthday party. And when he saw me coming past, I was hysterical and tears. And he gently grabbed my arm. He was like, whoa, wait a minute, are you okay? And he said, well, I don't know what you're gonna do right now, but whatever it is, forget about it. Take it out of your head. Your mom and dad wouldn't want that. And he talked to me till I forgot all about what I was gonna do. So he said, let me pray for you. So when I went to get my keys out of my pocket, and I opened my hand, he had placed a folded up, real small, folded up $100 bill in my hand. I framed it, literally, and this is a true story. He saved my life. Yeah, he did. So anybody that has anything bad to say about Trump, dead it, because he's a good man.
Honestly, he's racist. He could have ignored her. He could have done all kinds of different things. He could have just went back to his party. He could have said, yo, get away from me. He could have said all kinds of things. And he could have just had a conversation with her and not given her any money, because she obviously didn't need the money because she framed it. So what she needed was the support, the conversation, someone to say to her, listen, don't take your own life. It's not necessary. Your parents wouldn't like that. You didn't come to this earth to just kill yourself. There's more to life that you haven't even experienced, and you just need to live. Because there's someone in your future self, there's someone out there that needs you. And the fact that Donald Trump was there in that moment to tell this woman whatever it is that she needed to hear, and he actually had the heart to tell her this, because he didn't have to. And you guys, not you personally, because I don't know you, right? But people want to say that he's racist. People want to say he's racist, and he's been helping all kinds of people, not just black people. And just in the video previous, just in the information previously, when I said about the N word, right now, it's almost disrespectful for us to have to. It's almost disrespectful for him to have to clarify the fact that he's saying the word nuclear and not another word when he said the N word, and then he had to clarify saying nuclear. That is probably so disrespectful to a person that has done so much to so many different communities, that have helped so many different communities. And if you're having a hard time listening to this, I really suggest you have to look into yourself, because you shouldn't let one man run free in your mind, or rent free in your mind. One person at that. Doesn't matter if it's male, female, whatever. An individual shouldn't run rent free in your mind like that. And maybe even do a little bit more research other than listening to mainstream news. Not all mainstream news, not all of it, just some of it. But anyway, this woman seems as if she's extremely, extremely happy that she ran into the person that some people out there would try to claim is a racist. And I can almost guarantee she's not a racist, unless you want to call her a racist too. But anyone out there calling him a racist is a liar, or they're trying to some people's negativity helps them get views and helps them get followers, etc., etc. Especially when they're negative towards an individual like Trump. Like Trump's an easy target for people. Oh, he's a criminal. He's this, that, whatever. He hates black people. He hates people that. Oh, he said the N word. Like when there people were making up all this noise about him saying the N word, it was so ridiculous. It was probably one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. They're just fishing. They're looking for something. Trump is doing amazing things around the world, and here you are talking about the N word. Just you got to get a life. Find something. You know what? I would say find something else to do, but for some people, Trump is their life. So, because Trump is their life, they really just can't let it go. They can't let things go. They have to continue the narrative, continue the foolishness, and their own version of bigotry. Anyway, does this woman look like a racist to you? So think to yourself, why would Trump help her? Why? Think about why he would help her. Did he gain something from this? This is before. This is way before he ran for president. So did he gain something from this? No. And I've heard personally, just me personally, of so many other people's experiences similar to this. And he's the only president that I've heard these things about before they were president. I didn't hear nothing about Bill Clinton. I heard nothing about George Bush. I heard nothing about Obama. Actually, I did hear things about Obama, but it wasn't in this context. Okay, I heard things about Obama before he was president, but it had nothing to do with anything like this. Okay.
But anyway, we should all be saluting Trump 100% on this, and I really do appreciate the president for what he's done. Me and my Fox Den family, my Bonnie Fox, which my Bonnie Fox glasses I got on right now, you guys should be really looking at these. No, honestly, these glasses, they're like some of the best. They don't even fall, they'll never fall off my face. Look at it. Look at it. I could do anything. Not saying glasses normally fall off people's faces, but what I am saying in regards to fashion, style, fit, and comfort, Bonnie Fox is the way to go. Get it? All right. Thank you so much. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, share, whatever it is you can do on whatever platform. I don't know if this is on YouTube or if you're watching it on TikTok, if you're watching it on Instagram or some other platform or whatever. Please, even if it's a new thing that's 1,000 years from now, and there's a like button that you can just think about and it just presses on its own, let's do that. Okay? Thank you so much.